أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. الحمد لله رب العالمين الرحمن الرحيم مالك يوم الدين إياك نعبد وإياك نستعين اهدنا الصراط المستقيم صراط الذين أنعمت عليهم غير المغضوب عليهم ولا الضالين. السلام عليكم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. الحمد لله رب العالمين والصلاة والسلام على رسول الكريم صلى الله عليه وسلم وعلى آله وصحبه وبعد. Dear beloved believers, I'm so grateful to Allah the Almighty who has blessed us to be here this evening to participate in this workshop that is titled How to Make the Quran User-Friendly, the internalization of the Quran through subconscious reading. And there are just a couple of things that I'd like to make plain that about the Quran. That it is a book that Allah says has no doubt in it, none whatsoever. And that is an important thing to remember. This term in the Quran, ذَلِكَ الْكِتَابُ لَا رَيْبَ فِيهِ هُدًى لِلْمُتَّقِينَ. That this book, there is no doubt in it. Meaning that there's nothing in it that will cause you psychological stress, suspicion. You know, when you have doubts about something, you lack confidence. Well, I'm going to do something, I doubt you'll be able to do that. Right away, it becomes a stumbling block. How to make the Quran user-friendly, the title. The brother asked me, he asked me earlier, he said, well, how did you come up with that idea, that thought? And I said, first of all, it came from Allah, but it came from a motivation in me of always wanting to make the Quran more accessible to us as a community. Imam Qasim Ahmed, Allah has mercy on his soul and grant him paradise. He told me once, he said, I asked him, I said, Brother Imam, we have so many problems. I was on what was called the Council of Imams at that time. And, it was a lot of fitna and arguments, different things. And this was in 1981 when I asked him this. I said, when do you think we're going to get away from all the infighting, argumentation, etc. as a community? He said, Qasim, he said, when our community, when our people learn how to read the Quran for themselves in the original language, he said, you're going to see all this just dissipate. And I began with more of a determination. I was already teaching Arabic. I started taking Arabic in 1970, when I was teaching it around in different places where I was at in the country. And I said, I'm going to work hard in our community so that people will get better access to the Quran. And I've been here with one of my workshops in many places. Many of you, some of you said in some of the workshops I've done at the convention, etc. And you say, wow, what is these techniques he got? Well, I got them from you. Meaning you, our community are always trying to solve this issue. Why don't y'all like it? Why don't they like it? What's wrong with it? They like it, but they don't have enough energy to go after it. A brother asked me once, he said, Brother Imam, I be talking and you always be quoting the Quran and mentioning the Quran. And you know, I like the Quran, but why do you think that I go after it? You're not hungry enough. You don't have an appetite for it. You know, you eat, but you nibble at it. No, I don't want to eat right now. You know, when you get hungry, let me tell you, what do you want to do? Now I'm starved. I can eat a what? A horse. Yeah, a horse. Not just a regular meal. I can eat a horse. Well, you know, Imam Muhammad said once, he said, your best teacher is not one who just presents facts and information. Your best teacher is one who creates in the student an appetite to learn. He said the teacher can drop dead. Because the student going to still want to what? Eat, right? You know, have you ever lost your appetite before? Something happened. Maybe somebody died or something really happened that you want to eat something? No, I'm not hungry right now. You lose your appetite. But do you eat later on? Do you eat later on again? Do you just say, I ain't going to eat no more? No, because there's a natural urge in you that's governed in you by your subconscious mind. You know, you don't have to say, stomach, are you ready to eat? No, stomach says, you know, look, you need to feed me. I know you're busy. You got to get your project done. But look, I need to eat. I'm not going to feed you. Then a big war starts. So what's wrong with you? Now I'm hungry. Well, why don't you feed some? I want to finish it. The stomach goes into a battle with you because there's a natural urge in him to eat with an appetite, because you know why he wants to eat? Because it wants to live. Think about this now. It wants to live. God has already clocked into the nature of you and me a desire to eat from the stomach, driving you because it wants to preserve the life that it has. And if you don't eat, you don't drink, you're going to what? Die. I mentioned today in Juma about Ramadan. Did you experience not eating and drinking during Ramadan? In the, what? The daylight hours, right? Not at night. Because at nighttime it's easy to fast. Very easy. You want to know why? You go to sleep. Wake up and you have what? You break your fast, right? They call it breakfast, right? You break your fast when you wake up. So I'm giving you these techniques to show you that there's a natural energy, a natural quality in you, that you want this automatically. Now, just like the physical body has an appetite to eat, to live, the mind also has an appetite to eat, to live. It gets hungry in its mind. And when you get hungry in your body, you feed it food. Steak, potatoes, green beans, you know, fish, whatever, right? When you get in your hungry in your mind, you feed it what? Huh? Knowledge. You feed it knowledge. The mind wants to eat. You don't feed it. You don't start putting potatoes in there. You want to eat. The thinking part. So the appetite for the Quran is the object of this workshop, number one. How to make it friendly. Because you don't want to eat something that's not friendly. You know, you want a meal or you ain't have to fight for it. One time we did have to go fight for a meal. You know, I told a friend of mine once, I said, he said, what's happening? I said, well, I'm going out hunting. He said, what you going on? I said, well, every day I get up now, I have to go and try to find some food. You know, to find some food. That's what it comes to. You got to go out and find some food. So, this is what we're doing here tonight. You are here because you want to learn how to be more comfortable with the Quran. And I want to introduce to you a methodology using the mind that's hungry. The mind that has an appetite. You've been wanting to learn Arabic, you go in class, you drop out, you get back in, go in, drop out. You know, how many have done that over the years? Just, yeah, I'll go in and take that. The Arabic class, you go for a few weeks, you go. I know, you don't have to witness to it. I know I've been teaching Arabic now for about 30-some years. And I've seen classes be big like this. And then boom, boom, boom. There's just me and 3 other believers that learning Arabic. You know. But I'm going to show you something tonight, inshallah, with this methodology, that your mind will begin to grow and grow and grow and grow to such a point that your thinking is going to demand that you read the Quran. One, because the Quran will become your friend. Now, if you have your Quran and you turn to chapter 2, verse 257. 257. Probably, yeah, 2 and 257. This is Quran. And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, He says in the Quran, I'm going to wait a couple minutes for you to get it. Very short verse, but I want to just share with you what Allah is saying to us. Allah says here, Allahu, it begins with Allah's name. Allahu waliyul ladina amanu yukhrijuhum min al-zulumati ila an-nur. That Allah and the word wali. How many know what a wali is? What is wali? Friend, protector. Not just a friend. What kind of friend? A protecting friend. One who protects your vital interests. One who protects your vital interests. When your son or your daughter get ready to get married, you have to have a what? A wali. Same term. A wali. To protect the vital interests of this union. So you have to talk to the brother, you have to talk. Do you have a job? Well, no, I'm planning on getting one. Okay, I strike one. You be ready to go. I mean, in other words, how can you take care of what I'm getting ready to give you? I've been taking care of it, and I'm turning it over to you, and you're going to first of all not have the ability to take care of it? There's certain vital questions that must be asked. I know they look good, you look good, etc., but you just can't get married off of that. My point is this. Allah says that He is a protecting friend of those who what? Believe, have faith, trust Him. Allahu waliyul ladina amanu. Let's say this. Allahu waliyul ladina amanu. That Allah is the protecting friend of those who believe. Now, the first thing about this program, you must be a what? Believer. A believer. If you don't believe, you might as well be dismissed. You see? But I know you're believers. And you've been believers for a long time. But we want to increase your belief, strengthen your belief, by embracing God as your protecting friend. Now, what does He do now? Allahu waliyul ladina amanu yukhrijuhum min al-zulumati ila an-nur. The word yukhrijuna is from the word kharaja, meaning to bring out, to exit out. And Allah is the protecting friend of those who believe. He brings them from zulumat. Let's say this term, zulumat. Zulumat means darkness, but it means oppressive darkness. A darkness that oppresses you. You know, there's a natural darkness, but there's a darkness that oppresses you. Now Satan, he likes that one. The darkness that what? Oppresses you. Even though he works in the layl, the term layl means night too. You know, Laylatul Qadr, the night of power. You've heard this, right? But Zulumat is not only darkness, it's oppression, but it also means taking something out of its right place and putting it in the wrong place, and then it oppresses it. An example of this is taking a fish out of water. You take some fish out of the water and put it on the land, what does it do to that fish? Does it die right away? No. It jumps around, flips around, and to the ignorant man, it looks like it's having fun, don't it? Somebody think, oh, look at that. This thing is really having a lot of fun. Like people go to the club, to the lounge, and they be in there jumping and things, and they having fun in there. But they're oppressing themselves. So what this world does, they take the mind out of its natural state and put it in an environment of oppressive state. I'm going to give you a quote of Imam Muhammad. He said, we live in an oppressive word environment. Please take that down. That we live in an oppressive word environment. Imam W.D. Muhammad. Well, what does that mean? It means that the environment that you live in has words in it that oppress your mind and don't free it and lead it out into the light. That's exactly what it does. And do you know one of the most the oppressive things in the environment? What do you think it is? The most oppressive thing that's in this environment out here? Huh? Television? Ignorance. Huh? Ignorance. Word. Same thing though. I like that question. He said, did I say word or world? Now, world is look. Let me show you something. This is one of them old lessons in W.D. Muhammad. Remake the what? World. Remake the what? World. World. Take out this. Your world is made up of what? You know, I can be talking to you and you be out like this. And excuse me, Brother Robin, what's that? Oh no, man, I was in my own what? World. He wasn't out of this world. He was just in his own world within the world. And it was the world of what? Words. Allah says in the Quran that the worst oppression is what? Anybody familiar with it? In Surah Luqman. False worship. The worst oppression is corrupt worship. Listen to this. This is important. I'm telling you. This will make this much easier for your journey. The worst oppression is corrupt false worship. So if I want to oppress the human being, let's say I want to oppress you, I got to oppress your what? Your worship. Another quote of Imam W.D. Muhammad. If your worship is right, write it down. He said, if your worship is right, your thinking will be right. If your worship is right, your what? Your thinking will be right. If your worship is wrong, and what kind of being are you? A thinking being. What distinguishes you more from any of the other creation? Your ability to what? Your ability to think, your ability to reason, your ability to understand. Get into a situation, you don't say, what the hell am I going to do? No, let me think myself out of this. Right? I'm talking about the natural movement now of what's in the world. So if I create your environment where you don't have to think, I got you. I make everything automatic for you. Automatic toasters, automatic TV, automatic this, automatic this, automatic this. You know, now don't get mad at me when I tell you this. One of the most devastating things that's happening now to the whole world, Satan has been able to make you now a texter and a Twitter. Now when you text, You don't text in proper language. You know, some of that stuff you have to learn a new language. Are you going with me? That's it. Are you going with me today? Now your whole language is changing now, and you're learning it. Ain't hard to. And I be looking at it, now they come and they can't learn Arabic, and they don't learn a whole another language that has no real meaning. I know I'm not trying to make you mad, but they're texting, tweeting, and everything else. Am I right on? Now, if I'm wrong, just say, brother, you wrong. You know I'm right. I'm witnessing. My wife is an English teacher, and she texting, but she said, I make sure I get complete sentence, because it is against my nature to be going, breaking up words and stuff like that. I said, I don't know how they do it, because they be going, and they do it quick too. And they got books now on texting. Have you seen those? They got books on texting. Whole new language people are learning. So do not tell me you can't learn the Arabic of the Quran with the mind that God gave you free of charge. I always do this. Yeah, let's do this. Let's twit off our phones. Yeah, put them on vibration or put them on off. You know how to make them not vibrate. Okay. All right. Here's what I'm saying. We live in what kind of environment? An oppressive word environment. Words do what? Make people. You ever heard that before? Have you ever heard that before? Yes. Words make people what they are, and you're nothing but an embodiment of words. And we must do what with the world? Remake the word. When the last time the Imam came in and talked to you on Yaqub's history? That was part of our language, wasn't it? The Yaqub's graphic double skunk of the planet Earth. Right? That was our language. Imam Muhammad came in and did what with the language? He changed the language. He changed our word environment. He said that he worked hard to change the language environment that contained us. This is how he said it. The language environment that contained us. Farad Muhammad, you heard of him, right? Professor Farad? How many know him? All right. Let me tell you something Imam Muhammad said about him. Why you quoting him all the time? You know? I can't help it. It's my teacher, and he gave us a whole lot. He said Farad came and put a blindfold on a blind man. Think about that. He put a blindfold on somebody who was what? Already blind. Double blind. Deaf, dumb, and blind. But have you ever been double crossed? Huh? Well, the world had already double crossed us. Because they gave us a man as the Son of God and put him on the cross in the form of a cross. Two crosses, Imam said. Double cross. Made the cross and put a cross on it. Well, cross is not a bad symbol. Don't think that now. I don't want you to think that. He said cross is very good. He said the cross, he said when you look at the cross, it's a universal symbol. In fact, Catholic means universal. We're Catholic. But you have here 90, 90, 90, 90. You got 4 right angles, right? 4 times 90 equals what? 360. Which is a universal symbol. Now, I'm not here to teach you a symbol class, but I'm just letting you know how they double crossed you. They took the concept of universal symbols and ideas to put your mind in the universal garden that God created and nailed you to bad habits and bad circumstances through lies, weak ideas, wrong thinking. So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, He says in the Quran, Allahu waliyul ladina amanu yukhrijuhum min adh-dhulumati ila an-nur. That Allah is the protecting friend of those who believe in Him, and He brings them out of dhulumat, oppressive darkness, ila an-nur, into the light. And what happens when you turn the lights on? You can see. You ever walk into the room and it's dark, what's the first thing you would do? Automatically, ain't no question. If you can't see, you ask me, where's the light switch? Where's the light? Because you want to what? See. Now, most people think that they see with their eyes. Well, you do. But you also see with your nose. You know, I say, yeah, I got some perfume here. You know, I got some new cologne. Let me see how it smells. All right? Got this nice chicken, man. Let me see how it what? We got some new suits in from China, 180 lines. Let me see how it was. The whole object is to what? See. And you see with what? All your senses, but you see with the mind. There you go. The mind's eye. So here is the mind. What is the mind made up of then? Words. I'm going to give you an example. Think of something without a word right now. Tell me what it is. It's impossible. It's impossible, Imam Muhammad said, for you to think of anything without a word. You need a word to what? To think with. Describe it, tell what it is. You need words. But now, if I corrupt your words, I have corrupt your what? Thinking. And I corrupt your worship because I misdirect your worship, get you worship what I want you to worship, corrupt your worship, I got you. I don't have to do nothing else to you because once I give you a symbol and an idea of worship as your God, I own you. You belong to me. I created your God for you, and your nature of abd, called worship, begins to give it to that God. Isn't that wonderful? Not the condition, but to be able to see. So now, what do you think you're saying in the Quran? You think you're saying, Iyaka na'budu wa iyaka nasta'in. That's a powerful statement. You only, Allah, do we worship. And you only do we seek for help. Allah has placed you in this great universe and put you to work. So you say, Iyaka na'budu. The word in Arabic, Abdu means a slave worker. Ibadatun means worship. Abdu. You know, Abdullah, you know the word Abdullah, right? It means the slave of God. Abdul means servant. All these things are connected with worship. So now I have to go after your worship because in your nature, God says, مَا خَلَقْتُ الْجِنَّ وَالْإِنسَانِ إِلَّا لِيَعْبُدُونِ. I have not created the human being, jinn or man, except for my what? Worship. You were created to worship God. Now I got to steal your worship. How do I do that? Rob you of your faith. in the biblical language, they said, some of you remember this, will a man rob God? You ever heard that statement? Will a man rob God? He said, yes, he had robbed me of a whole people. Imam Muhammad said, what did they rob them of? Their faith. Faith stealers. Once I take your faith and put it in something else and contain it with language and make you believe in something else as God or those things connected with God, make you think you God. The original man, the Asiatic black man, the maker, the owner, dream of the planet Earth, and what? God of the universe. I'm straight now. Because I took a language and transferred your thinking to make you think that you God. Wait, man, what has all this got to do with how to make the Quran use the translation of the Quran? I'm wrapping the wrap. I'm taking off the folds that's been folded up and put on your eyes. And it's good, because I'm going to tell you something Imam Muhammad said. He said, now you know, he said, Farad, Professor Farad, he put a blindfold on a blind man, but he said, don't you know that was good? Because if your object is to see and you're already blind, and you put on that blind again, that makes you want to see what? Twice as hard. So there's an innate nature in you that God has in you to want to see, so you want to see now doubly hard. So what you going to do now? Push harder to what? See. That's the motivation. That's the appetite. So it says, now those who disbelieve, in the next part of that verse, it says, وَالَّذِينَ كَفَرُوا. Those who reject faith, they are awliya'u taghut. They are friends of the devil. As soon as you reject belief in God, you become Satan's good friend. He becomes your friend. And he leads you out of the light, guess where? Back into oppression. That's one concept of friend. Waliyun. A waliyun is a protecting friend. So why do we want to make the Quran user-friendly? Because the Quran will what? Protect you. Who knows what a hafiz is? Huh? Protect and preserve. What's your name, sister? Huh? I know, but now I'm getting to, she's answering a lot of questions. She's been doing some study. I'm at the Hafiz. I love that. Because, you know, most people think a Hafiz is one who just memorizes the Quran. You know, but a Hafiz means protector. Now, let me ask you a question. Does the Quran protect you or you protect it? The Quran is your protector. It protects you. It's full of the words of who? God. And you need words to do what with? Think. So once the words go in, over and over and over and over again, the words become your immune system that protect your thinking system. Can you see that? All right. Let's make one more connection with this idea. You have an immune system in your body, right? What does it do for your body? Protects you against what? Germs, right? And disease. Does it do it in the daytime or the nighttime? All the time, right? A cough can go, you know, and the germs start flying in the air. And you say, man, cover your mouth. Right? Because you don't want the germs to come in. Now the germs don't come in. Hey, I am a germ. I'm coming in, and I am going to take your 225-pound body, my little germ, and make you sick. I'm going to give you a fever. Your nose is going to run, and you're going to be sick. And I'm going to turn it into the flu, depending upon your immune system. However, if the germ comes in, you have what is called T cells. The T cell sets off an alarm. Attention! A germ has come into the body. Go get it. They're going to arrest it, check it. Everything's peaceful. Because you had a what system? A good immune system. Right? Now, what if your immune system is weak? And your T cells, your army cells, are weak. And the germ comes in, and it goes, no, you don't have it like this. So they start moving. Okay, let's go get it. And you can move over there toward that germ. And germ says, what are you doing here? Slap it all around. All right, set up the camp. So the germs have set up a disease in your system. Now that's a biological example of your immune system that is strong and your immune system that is weak. What about the immune system for the mind? What about the germs in words? What are germs in words? Lies, weak idea, wrong thinking, corruption. They come in with no check procedure. Just come right in. Set up camp. Ain't nobody home here. Hey, come on, put it over there. No, move it over there. Put it over there. Yeah, they come in and set up. The next thing you know, in your house, your home, in your mind, they don't set up furniture and everything. They sitting there relaxing. Okay. Hold up, big folks, hold up, lad. Special orders don't upset us. All we ask you that you let have it. That you let us have it what? Have it your way. With what? With Burger King. It's locked in there. Do 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 boom 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 boom. I've got what? On when? When it's cold outside? Because of what? Locked in since 1965. Where's all this happening? In your subconscious mind. And there's a lot of it in there. There's a whole bunch of it in there. All the way back to slavery and before slavery. They can create a slave environment, your attitude will be acting like slaves. You be shuffling and afraid. Can't do that. You can't learn. Well, you can't learn that. Look, let me tell you something. My uncle told me that my great-grandfather used to be a scout for General Grant. Now, the reason why he was telling me, he was listening to one of my tapes in the Arabic and thing, and he began to tell me about how this used to be spoken. And I'm saying, what? And he said they would sit in a circle. You know what the circle is called? Halakha, right? And they would write the Arabic in the ground. Why would they write it in the ground? So you can erase it when? Because you didn't supposed to be what? Right. But what did they used to call it? How many remember that? Boy, stop putting that chicken scratch in the ground. You ever heard that statement? Where do you think they got them? Because you were writing the Arabic, but they called it, these ignorant folks called it chicken scratch. You writing all that chicken scratching. Now let me see you again. You're gonna be out in that field, chicken in the field, ready to run, chasing chicken, whatever they told them to do. To prevent you from learning the words of God so your mind could be liberated from this oppression. Now that's my introduction. My wife told me, said, can you see if you can do this on one CD? Well, I never do the same presentation. I just can't do it. Allah don't allow me. There's a different atmosphere. And I love you so much, and I hear your soul, I hear the understanding is needed. So the word of God is the important thing tonight. How you can get it with your conscious mind and with your subconscious mind, but using the subconscious mind, which is the bigger part of your mind. You know, they say that the average person only uses about 1/4 of his mind. You ever heard this statement by psychologists? The average person. Now, what about the below average? Now, most of you consider yourself average, but you might not be that. I don't want to insult nobody. I'm average, you know. I'm average. I don't like going to the board that much because I stay up here too long. What kind of grade do you get when you're average? A C, right? That's a C. What is that? C. What's that? C. These students are definitely mom or something. C. C rider. See what you have what? Now, if something is below sea level, what does that mean? What is below sea level? They judge below sea level the land. The land is below what? Sea level. Land is the thinking. Support. Jesus the Christ, after he passed the test in the wilderness with Satan, he was qualified for his mission. So he went down to the sea of where? Galilee. And he met some fishermen, right? And he told them to put down their nets and do what? And he would make them what? Fishermen of men. Because these men lived in the sea, right? No, they lived on where? The land. Imam Muhammad said the land is where you grow things in. That's where you plant things in. When the last time you planted a garden out on the sea? It's where you put seeds in. Seeds are words. Seeds are ideal. Seeds are thinking. So if I can take your thinking and put it below sea level, meaning sea balance, then you really can't see. So instead of being average, where you can see, you're below average. Does that make sense? The Quran will take your mind out of darkness into the light. The Quran will take your subconscious mind out of the darkness because it's a mind that you don't hardly use. I hope that you can get this book, The Power of Your Subconscious Mind by Dr. Joseph Murphy. It costs about $8 to $10, I believe. The Power of Your Subconscious Mind by Dr. Joseph Murphy. And I mentioned to you today about this book because it, when I ran into it, I thought about the book Subliminal Seduction. You remember that book? Who told us to buy that book? What year? 75. 1975. He said, there's a book, his last name is Wilson. I can't think of his name now. John Wilson, I think he is. Wilson Keys. Wilson Keys, yes, thank you. Yes. Subliminal seduction. What was it designed to do? To seduce you what? Subliminally. What is subliminal? It means it goes below your conscious awareness and goes into your mind without your permission. That's what it really means. Something that goes in your mind without your permission. And God says in the Quran, do not enter doors by what? The back door. The Imam said, do you think God's going to give revelation and tell you how to go inside in and out of the house? He's talking about the house of your psychology, your thinking. So here now, they have devised a way to go into your mind and take your mind over. Now you want to know why I don't want to study Arabic. Why I find everything hard. Why am I lazy for God? And I know He created me. I love God. But why I won't do what He say do? You don't even know. Because something's operating in you that have come in without your permission, set up shop, set up home, and run the shop. When you're woke and when you sleep, they're running it. The only way that you can begin to eradicate this devastating thought process in you is that you got to begin to put the Quran in you every day. And you can do that every day with this methodology of turning your subconscious mind onto a reading method. And you can do it in Filukutu Arabiya, the language of Arabic. Well, buddy, man, I don't know Arabic, but Arabic knows you. People think, well, buddy, man, I don't understand what I'm reading. Don't worry, the Quran understands you. The Quran was sent, so you didn't understand yourself in the beginning. That's why you was acting outside of the human nature. So it comes to bring you out of darkness into the light and bring you back to your true human form. That's what the Quran does. Now, how was it able to do that? Because Muhammad, the Prophet, sallallahu alaihi wasallam, the prayers and peace of Allah be upon him, he stayed true to his human nature. He never deviated. Muhammad, the Prophet, never deviated from his excellent human nature. Imam Muhammad said that he would be in an environment and the environment would oppress him. He said the environment oppressed him so much that it brought out of him the desire to help humanity come back to what they're supposed to be. Yeah, he said the environment helped him. So here now, Muhammad the Prophet, he earns the Quran for all people. And he becomes the last. There ain't no more coming. That's it. He stayed true to his nature called Hanif. Now, I'm going to give you another example from Quran. Go to 4 and 125. 4 and 125. Did you think that you would come to a Quran class and not use the Quran? How to make, look, if you're gonna say how to make the Quran user friendly, say, you think maybe you might use that Quran? What else am I gonna use? Barney and friends? I'm having a little fun now. It said, وَمَنْ أَحْسَنُ دِينًا مِمَّنْ أَسْلَمَ وَجْهَهُ لِلَّهِ وَهُوَ مُحْسِنٌ وَاتَّبَعَ مِلَّةَ إِبْرَاهِيمَ حَنِيفًا وَاتَّخَذَ اللَّهُ إِبْرَاهِيمَ خَلِيلًا. Look how beautiful this ayat is. Who is better in religion? Isn't that what you have every day, your religion? Who is better in their religion than one who aslama wajhahu, one who submits his whole self to Allah, his whole face. Wajha means your face, your intention. You know, he submits his whole self to Allah. Wa huwa muhsin, and does good. And follow wattaba'a, the way of who? Abraham. Hanifa. Ibrahim Hanifa. You know what the word Hanif means? Upright. what the word qiyam means. What's the difference between the two? This is the question I asked Imam W. Muhammad once. Yes. You've been in the class here and there. I'm just bringing that to you. Here's the word translated hanif, upright, and here's qiyam, upright. So I said, Brother Imam, I said, both of these are translated as upright. Is there a difference? He said, absolutely. The hanif is the natural urge in you to be upright. And the qiyam is the establishment of that urge. And he said, when you stand for prayer, this position here is called what? Qiyam. He said this is the only position where the Quran is recited. Not in sajda, not in ruku, not in qata. The only position where the Quran is recited is in this position of qiyam, because it is the Quran that keeps your position established. Once your urge, you're pushing. I want to be right. I want to be right. People invite you to wrong. See, the Hunafah were people who, even when they were invited to wrong, they wouldn't do it. Have you had friends like that? Some of you were like that. I had a friend like that. I mentioned him many times down with it. When I was coming up, we would always go, when we get ready to go do wrong, he said, I'm going. We call him a sissy. All the names we call him. Man, you scared. You just a chump, man. Every time you got to run on, you ain't know what a mama's boy. We talked about him like a dog. He still went home. And I never knew what it was. We just thought it was, that he wasn't tough like us. But it went 2 years later when the Imam Muhammad was explaining this concept. I said, that was my friend Donald. He stayed true to his Hanif nature. Like many others, we go in the store and say, I ain't got no money, but I should steal that. You gotta look around your conscience stop by. But the person whose Hanif nature is worse, that's wrong. That's your Hanif nature. How many times you said, boy, if I had only followed my first mind. You ever said that? That wouldn't have happened. If I just did what I said I was going to do the first time, I wouldn't have been in this. That's your Hanif nature. That's your urge in you to be right. Now the object is to establish that urge. Well, it was Abraham, alayhi wassalatu wassalam, who did that. So he became your daddy. Father Abraham, for faith. Wonderful, wonderful. Man, God said in the Quran, وَجَاهِدُوا فِي اللَّهِ حَقَّ جِهَادِهِ هُوَ اجْتَبَاكُمْ وَمَا جَعَلَ عَلَيْكُمْ فِي الدِّينِ مِنْ حَرَاجٍ مِلَّةَ أَبِيكُمْ إِبْرَاهِيمَ هُوَ السَّمَاكُمُ الْمُسْلِمِينَ. It says, and strive now, as you should strive in Allah. He has selected you and chosen you for this religion and has made no difficulty in it for you. This is 22 and 78 in the Quran. It said, it is Abikum Ibrahim. It is your father Abraham. He is the one who made you Muslim. In this Quran and before. So here's this Hanif nature of Abraham establishing in your nature. But these don't look at Abraham as a distant prophet. Abraham is in you. Muhammad is in you. All the prophets, Imam Muhammad said, their principles operating in you. And when you come in contact with them, if you give attention to them, they will help establish your growth and development. Alright. So you are all the seed of Abraham. So it said, now, Millata Abikum Ibrahim, Millata Ibrahim Hanifa. It is the Millah, the way of Abraham, the true in faith, the upright, right? وَاتَّخَذَّهُ Ibrahim Khalil. And Allah took Abraham as a what? I rest my case. See, I'm arguing my case with your mind. I rest my case. Abraham became a what of God? A friend of God. Not just an ordinary friend, a Khalil. a bosom friend, one that penetrates the heart. This is Abraham. Where was the Quran revealed? Huh? On the heart of whom? Muhammad the Prophet, sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Not on his brain, not on his kneecap, not on his back, on his heart. Well, I thought you said Abraham. Yeah, but Abraham had the urge. Muhammad did what? Establish that. So when you close out your prayer, you say, what? Allahumma salli ala Muhammad wa ala ali Muhammad. Kama salayta ala what? Ibrahim wa ala ali Ibrahim. Innaka Hamidun Majid. So you must pray for Muhammad and your dad. Not just for us, but for, I told this to, I was speaking at the synagogue. I said, do you know that we pray for the Jews and the Christians? The rabbi told me, he said, I never realized that Muslims pray for Jews. Because we pray for Abraham and the family of Abraham. And the Christians accept Abraham and their daddy too. The Jews accept him, and we do too. So all of us just one big Ahmed Al-Kitab, people of the book, and we pray for daddy. I'm putting it in simple language. You're praying for your daddy. Not your physical daddy, but the daddy of faith. And that's what we have to do. What's going on in the world today? They're not attacking Jews and Christians. They're attacking people of faith, and they want to retard your faith, rob you of your faith, so you don't even want to see each other as human beings collected together, as one soul. Look at a terrible thing these, I almost cussed them out, these people are doing. It's terrible. You can change this, but we have to do it one person at a time. You have to begin to become a student of Quran. If you become a student of Quran with this method of reading, your mind is going to begin to be liberated in such a way you ain't going to begin to recognize. You're going to look different than me. I feel great today. I get calls from all around the country now. Brother man, that subconscious reading me. And one sister called and said, I don't know Arabic, but I started doing the method, and the best thing that I'm doing now, brother man, is that I look for my Quran every day. See, that's the habit. I pick up my Quran every day. I smile. I say, yes. You know, another person told me at the convention, this past convention, they stopped me and they said, you know something, brother man, Arabic did intimidate me. It did intimidate me. But I started doing that